Good morning, y'all. Today is the day. It's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. We're celebrating it with a great program, the MLK 365 March for the Dream virtual program. My name is Big Al Sams, and you probably see me on TV, maybe you heard me on the radio, but today I'm part of the MLK 365 family, and we have got an incredible show for you. Today's message is using your voice for change. It's something that you can do, and it's what we're showing today. We're manifesting with singers, we have rappers, we have speakers, we have poets, we have business leaders, we have political leaders, we have clergy. It is a lot of folks that's going to really contribute to this and get you inspired how to think of Dr. Martin Luther King's dream message and apply it to 2022. So hey, sit back, relax, enjoy the program.
1035, what's going on? MLK Day, MLK 365. We're honoring a great man today, man. It's a beautiful thing, man.
MLK Day is going on. We're starting the march here at Sac City. If you're not out here, this happens every year, but let's show you what it looks like.
Yeah, check this out.
That we are about inclusion, not exclusion. You honor Dr. King by putting his ideas and values into practice. Keep working, y'all. Keep working, y'all. We need freedom. Yeah, just don't give up. Son of Help is here. Son of Help.
Today we are unified as one. Thank you so much to everybody that is here marching in the streets in honor of Martin Luther King Jr.
Let's get it. Go. Hey, just don't give up. We need freedom. Hey, it's a matter of time. Keep grinding. Hey, it's conscious. Let me tell you about freedom. Let me tell you about the meaning. Come and take a seat to talk with me this evening. I wonder, have you thought about the reasons that the world wanna come and take your freedoms? Tell me who gon' stand up, who gon' lead them? All my brothers with the movement take allegiance, whether black or white or anything between them. There's people hungry in the streets, who gon' feed them? We living in a globalized society, technology in all varieties. Trump saying he gon' clean up our economy. Is it rhetoric? In a matter of time, we'll see. But I ain't about to let that mess bother me. I'm still grinding till I finally reach astronomy. I'm aiming for the top, cause I gotta be. Cause God gave me life today, so I'ma see freedom. Hey, keep working, y'all. Keep working, y'all. We need freedom. Just don't give up. We need freedom. It's a matter of time. Keep grinding. Hey, look. Now I'ma tell you honestly, ain't always easy living consciously. Sometimes I'm stressed, long nights, can't find no peace. I'm feeling so empty, at times I'm weak. I'm worried about my future, at times can't sleep. They lead me to my knees to ask God to speak and give me direction by God in my feet. Then I remember I got victory and freedom. It's already inside of me, meaning I show faith every time I leap. I breathe in life every time I speak. These demons no longer gon' block my peace. Even when I fall, I stand up and scream freedom. Affirmations keep reminding me to keep seeking, to keep believing, to keep teaching, to keep praying. Don't stop, people, we gotta get it. Only do it if we see a benefit and hit it. Clap with me now. Repeat after me. Let's go. Hey, when I say we want, y'all say freedom. We want. Hey, when I say we want, y'all say freedom. We want. Hey, when I say we want, y'all say freedom. We want. matter of time, keep grinding. One more time, man. From the top, let's get it, go. Hey, keep working, y'all, we need freedom. Hey, just don't give up. Hey, look, it's a matter of time, keep grinding. One more time, man. From the top, let's get it, go. Yeah, keep working, y'all, we need freedom. Don't ever give up. It's a matter of time, keep grinding. Don't take it to the top, y'all. We need freedom.
In 1963, when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal." I was 14 years old. It was a moment I will never forget. I was rocked by the extraordinary composure of the man and the wisdom of his words. He became the most respected leader of my youth. When he was assassinated in April of 1968, I was 19 years old. I would spend the next 2 summers living with African American young people in a government program called Upward Bound. At that time, I didn't believe in God, but I did believe in the words and heart of Dr. King. His dream became my dream. Though I would go through many difficult and angry years, when I finally gave my life to Jesus at 23 years old, I received the peace of mind I was longing for. Now, after being a pastor in our wonderfully diverse Sacramento region for over 20 years, it seems I'm continually reflecting on not just the brilliance of the man, but how much we need to put his words into action. He said things like, "Hate is just as injurious to the hater as it is to the hated. Like an unchecked cancer, hate is too great a burden to bear." For many years, we've been able to march by the thousands throughout the Sacramento region with deep desires for justice, healing in our nation. This year, because of the pandemic, we march in our hearts, but we continue to hope for what Dr. King dreamed of. His hope was that in some not too distant tomorrow, the radiant stars of love and brotherhood will shine over our great nation. Dr. King's life had the impact it did because he was more healed than hurt. He loved and hoped more than he hated and despaired. Now, a half century after his death, his life and words still burn in our hearts. He said things like, "Our loyalties must transcend our race, our tribe, our class, and our nation. That the means we use must be as pure as the ends we seek. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools." I want to invite you to stop whatever you're doing at this moment for just a few minutes, and would you join me in prayer to pray for our city and our nation? We need God's help so much at this time. Heavenly Father, we look to you today and we ask for your mercy, God. You said that mercy triumphs over judgment. God, you're a God of love. Lord, you are a God that is able to heal hearts that are broken. You're also able to take out of people's hearts hatred and discouragement. And so we ask that you would give each of us hope for the future, to believe your promises are true for all of us, that you desire to bring peace and harmony among your people. And so, Lord, I pray today that each one of us would reflect in our own hearts any area that you're wanting to heal or set us free from any anger or discouragement. We want our hearts pure, Lord. We want our hearts to be at peace. And we want to trust you for a bright future. You know what it's like to have your son be brutally murdered. And yet you put in his heart these words that, "Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing." Put in our hearts those hearts of forgiveness, Lord. Let us believe for that bright tomorrow. Let us trust you, God, that you are going to help us even as a nation, heal. We pray for our leaders locally and nationally for the grace they need to lead wisely. But we ask for your help today. Even as we reflect, Lord, we consider the life of Dr. King and how he was willing really to lay his life down to bring people together in harmony and oneness. He was able to take those that were divided and show them a better way. Help us to hear that way today. Help us to walk together as one. We ask for that now. In Jesus' name, amen.
Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a man of clear moral vision and outstanding courage. He saw the promise of America's highest ideals, as well as the lasting wounds of slavery and segregation. Dr. King often put his own body on the front lines of the fight for justice. He kindled a movement of peaceful protest, voter registration, and legal revolution. In 1957, Dr. King said, "Our most urgent plea to the federal government is to guarantee our voting rights. Give us the ballot, and we will creatively join in the freeing of the soul of America. Talk can and will turn back." In 2013, the Supreme Court gutted the Voting Rights Act. And since then, Republican legislators across the country have continued to fan racist conspiracy theories of voter fraud. State legislatures have proposed or passed laws that make it harder for eligible voters to register to vote or cast their ballots, endangering our free and fair elections. So today, it falls on each of us to take up Dr. King's lifelong struggle. It's not enough to celebrate the man and his legacy. We must act. And the only fitting way to honor Dr. King is to rededicate ourselves to the causes of freedom and equality. We must once again work together to pass a voting rights law that secures the vote for every American, no matter your race, religion, ability, or gender. And when we do that, we must work together to make sure our family members, friends, neighbors, and co-workers exercise that precious right. I want to thank you all for joining me in that fight.
The story of IYT begins with myself and our other co-founder, Michael Casper's backgrounds growing up, both in Sacramento and in Stockton. So when we graduated, we both knew that once we finished college, we wanted to come back and be able to help to inspire others, but most importantly, help to get other young men of color, black and brown boys, to get to or through college. I was born in San Jose, California. My parents split up when I was about 8 years old. So when my mom left, it was tough not having like a mom at home, not really feel like loved or cared for. So that played a large role in like who I was growing up. But even then, even though I had a mom, I had a phenomenal dad at home. We had challenges growing up. In 8th grade, we were evicted from our house. We were living with a family friend where I was like sleeping in the garage on a couch in like North Sacramento. So that was tough to start high school, not really having a bed. Although we had economic challenges, although we had housing challenges, there were still people who invested in me, people who believed. Although my mom left at an early age, at each point of my life, I had another woman who stepped in and provided like the motherly love that I needed to become like a healthy adult. So when I was 17, my dad married my stepmom, and that was a phenomenal life experience for me. Caring, kind, considerate, a phenomenal person, and she provided that loving motherly essence that I needed growing up, and that I was immediately able to get. I was 17, I was a freshman at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, living my dream, playing Division I football. It was my first week in training camp. I got a phone call at midnight. One of my friends was shot and killed. I know for me, I had two feelings that day. One, I was sad, I lost a friend. Two, I felt guilty. I felt guilty that I was away from my community, and I knew the same stuff was gonna happen over and over again, because it often did to black and brown boys. So at that moment, I knew, right, even at 17, being only home for about a month or so, first week of training camp, I knew I was gonna come back to my community and begin to build something. And then that idea, right, that motivation, that passion eventually translated to Improve Your Tomorrow. I'm Michael Lynch. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Improve Your Tomorrow, otherwise known as IYT. IYT helps young men of color get to and through college while providing wraparound support services from 7th grade until college graduation. They get a handful of core support services: student development, parent engagement, internships, tutoring, mentoring, and college tours. IYT is in 27 schools across 7 school districts in 3 counties: Sacramento County, Yolo County, and San Joaquin County. Early in the pandemic, we had a mom reach out to us. She said, listen, I just got laid off. I got 4 kids. I need to buy milk, eggs, and bread, and no job. So we knew, okay, we have to be able now to support that mom so she can support her family. So we launched an emergency voucher program where now we're able to give out money to families, and that's something that we traditionally haven't done. So now we have this virtual program, we have this emergency voucher program for families, and that's how we pivoted during the pandemic to ensure that we could maintain support for our young people, but also just be there for them. We want the mentors to be like a catalyst. We want them to be the spark that helps to ignite these passionate, intelligent, charismatic young people who are often, when they come into the classroom, are told what they can't do. When they come to IYT, we want to say what you can do, how great you are, how intelligent you are, how worthy you are. I think you have to begin just to lean on and believe in yourself. Nobody can believe more in you than you. Until you got to be able to see where you want to go. So whatever your dream is, I guess possible. So your dream can often look different, but it's important for you just to have hope, to believe that you can, because you can. And you are worthy, you are loved, you are exceptional, you are and can be what you want to be.
Thank you, Sam, and everyone who made this year's MLK 365 event happen. I know it isn't easy with the ongoing pandemic. It's wonderful to have so many here to celebrate and honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for his tireless civil rights work, his fight for equity, and his enduring legacy. Equity is at the forefront of many of our minds, and sadly, is still a challenge in many of our communities. Seeing people from all walks of life come together today to celebrate Dr. King fills me with hope. Hope that so many are committed to continuing Dr. King's important work to bring more just outcomes for communities across the nation. In an inspiring show of unity, our nation is looking to leaders and communities to come together to heal, right the wrongs of the past, and chart a more just future. Events like this reminds us that there's a deep passion and commitment for this important work. SMUD is proud to support today's MLK 365 event. Now you may be wondering why your electric utility gets involved. The answer is simple. We're community owned and exist to improve the quality of life for our customers and our communities. We look at everything we do through a sharp equity lens, and this includes things like investing in workforce development programs through our sustainable community initiatives, partnering to make electric vehicles more accessible through ride-sharing options in historically underserved communities, and offering free energy efficiency options to help customers save energy and lowering the bills. We're eliminating all carbon from our power supply by 2030 in an inclusive, holistic way to ensure we leave no community behind. Having the most ambitious carbon reduction goals of any large utility in the nation will bring air quality and public health benefits, clean tech jobs, and supports inclusive economic development. I count my blessings every day that I have been trusted to lead an organization that cares deeply about its community, and that we get to partner with so many local leaders and organizations to deliver better outcomes for the communities we serve. Thank you again for being part of today's event and honoring Dr. King. and the enduring legacy of his life-changing work. Enjoy today's celebration, and thank you again.
Good morning or evening, friends. Here's your friendly announcer. I have serious news to pass on to everybody. What I'm about to say could mean the world's disaster, could change your joy and laughter to tears and pain. Oh, love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send it in right away. Hate's gone round, breaking many hearts. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far.
Hi everyone. I wanted to reflect with all of you today in celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy. Dr. King once said, "What are you doing for others?" As we honor his legacy today, I urge every one of you to recommit to his call for service. Right now, we stand at a pivotal moment for the future of our democracy. We're seeing communities across the nation stand up and defend our right to vote, as many state lawmakers seek to restrict access to the ballot. As we continue through the 117th Congress, my colleagues and I are even more committed to Dr. King's call for service by working to eliminate the existing inequalities in our country. I'm proud to stand with congressional Democrats and President Biden in supporting the Freedom to Vote John R. Lewis Act, named after my late dear friend and colleague, and one of Dr. King's most trusted advisors. By giving back, we not only achieve progress, but also celebrate our common humanity. In Sacramento, all of you who have devoted time and effort into MLK 365 have recommitted to Dr. King's call for service. Your actions to reach out and lend a helping hand have uplifted communities across the nation. From the emergence of the Omicron variant to school shutdowns and families struggling to keep food on the table, our communities have dealt with tough and heartbreaking situations for the last 2 years. But again, Sacramento has stood strong. Like Dr. King, let us recommit to service today, to serving our communities and defending democracy for all the people in our country. Thank you, and please stay safe.
Hey, I'm Alicia K. Huff. I am the lead singer of the band Hayes, and I am committed to standing in solidarity with my Black and brown people through our struggle, outside of our struggle, to the end of time.
My name is Ale Two Cents Hernandez. I am a spoken word artist and videographer, and I represent me. Follow me. Commitment I'm going to make is to make sure that my son knows how to respect where he's from, his culture, his men and his women. But yeah.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey. One commitment I will make towards Dr. King's dream is spreading peace and positivity with everyone that I encounter.
and blood at the roots. Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar tree.
It's hard to breathe when you're brought to be a commodity. Strange fruit wore shackles like twist ties. It's a strange hue, estranged from our motherland with estranged views between white men and African, just to become a nation's glue. This nation's origins are as blood-soaked as cotton strung on looms whose product was picked by strangers and planted in dirts where roots sprouted poplar trees that bore strange fruits against their will. Southern breeze was met with rope-like vine producing the finest black wine. Necks pop like grapes. You can hear the screams from miles, the tattered chokes forming your favorite tune, and smell mahogany incense hung off of tot wicks. You hear the echoes, faint, of shackled bodies whisper, oh, the irony that you exchange greenbacks for black bodies and wonder why we got blue faces. That's a strange fruit.
Pastoral scenes of the galleon sound, the bulging eyes and their twisted mouth, scent of magnolia, sweet and fragrant, sudden smell of burning flesh.
That strange fruit. To be discouraged is easy. When you're labeled as the scourge of the land, believe me, it's easier to be seen as sleazy no matter your locomotive. I try to turn blind eyes, but train wrecks just don't work that way. I want to believe life's magical, Walt Disney. You want to believe my needs more fickle than the knees on Bambi. Make it easy to not stand me, but you will understand me. We won't stand for anything but that of what's just. I'd rather fall for value like I'm thrift shopping and stand when I must. Recycled values were instilled upon me like generational knowledge, so I value what I'm taught like I learned it in college, hardcore. Rich veins trace this copper ore. I'm hard to mine, my bloodline rich. May not be pure, but that's what make my bloodline thick. While I rhyme when I spit, pedigree filled with artwork, till I'm rich to work hard as a myth. The goal is to work smart, get paid more and calculate risks, and I encourage this. To be black ain't without risks, and don't discourage our gifts. To spread light where there's darkness. Let my people know that we can outsmart this problem. We've grown to believe we can't escape discouragement. Well, let's handle it. Courage is meant to be grasped. For my color, there are opportune moments to be had. Only we have to work harder to see through what they see through. But keep your head up and stand tall. For glass too break easy from the weight of strange fruit.
Here is a fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind
Hello, and how's everyone doing? My name is Andrew Gray, Latin Indigenous actor, to wish you guys a wonderful MLK 365 virtual event. How do we take action? We do that by voting. We do that by acting in our community as a leader, standing into leadership positions. As a Sacramento native, I've lived pretty much all over Sacramento. I've even lived up here in the mountains. I'm a Sierra Miwok. I've lived in South Sac, West Sac, Natomas, downtown, Carmichael, and being Latin and Indigenous, I've definitely got my fair share of understanding of not being included or not feeling included is, I guess, a better way of saying it. And just knowing that MLK's message was about all of us being together as one, as I kept me moving forward with faith over fear. You know, really putting my passion, my craft in nobility, just like Martin Luther King did. As a creative, there's so many ways that personally I use my voice, not only in acting, but I use my voice through my art. My life is art. And you guys can do the same thing by having a voice and creatively putting it out there. Again, there's more than one way to hit this target. We can do that by voting. We can do that by volunteering. We can do that by serving in churches, communities, in your communities or throughout the United States. We can use the internet to raise money. There's so many different ways to be together as one on this. And that is the mission and that is the purpose. And when we're doing so, we're acting in purpose and we're becoming that one united force moving forward the present into the future. I'm so excited to be a part of this, guys, and I hope you guys are all excited today as well to be joining in and watching from all over the world, because this amazing internet touches everybody and we're all on it, and we can't ignore that. So anyway, thanks again, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy the event, and I'll be seeing you guys soon, some big screen around.
Lift every voice and sing. Lift your voice and share. Your voice could be whatever your gift is, whatever it is that you've been given to share, to give, to affect change. Use that as your way to contribute to change. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven rings with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory. is one.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm telling you, it is so inspiring to see these people speak about Dr. King and his message and how it applies to 2022 and how you can be a part of it in your community, in your city, in your neighborhood, at your house. I mean, what are you doing? To talk to somebody about it, spark the conversation. If you need some tips and advice, check out the website, MLK365.org. That's MLK365.org. Has all the research, all the resources you need, and hey, it even has merch. Who doesn't want to buy a t-shirt, right? So listen, we're gonna continue everything right now. I'm gonna step out the way and get back with the program.
Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's go. Hey, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's go. Listen, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's go. Hey, let's get it. Some people don't get it, but some people do. God got a plan and he gave it to you. Look at the world and look at the news. Look at the gram and look at the youth. Look in the mirror and watch how you move. Anchor your spirit and lose it. I choose to live and be conscious, follow his rules. Biblical principles, spiritual food, proverbial wisdom, historical rules. Jacob's descendants, the children of Israel. Read all about it and get you some tools. I'm making the garden. Soil important, but dirt don't harvest, but soil do. Invest in this harvest, committed to solving the way to get us back to our roots. I piece it together, but what if I told you I had a clue? Or what if I told you I had the whole game plan and the blueprint with it too? I got it from Jesus, he gave me it freely, but people be sleeping, that's how they do. But I don't do that, just let me relax with more press. Discipline paired with more steps, pushing culture, yeah, I need more reps. To do it collective, we all need perspective, a common agreement through biblical testament. That's my suggestion to answer the questions. Hey, can be found in this text, and I'm gonna develop the thesis to give you the reasons why Jesus is who you should follow, believing, and better than sinners, not honest, believing like Dr. King. Yeah, some people don't get it, but some people do. God got a plan and he gave it to you. Look at the world and look at the news. Look at the gram and look at the youth. Look in the mirror and watch how you move. Anchor your spirit and lose it. I choose to live and be conscious, follow his rules. Biblical principles, this how we do. Yeah, this how we do. We gon' rise up. Yeah, we gon' rise. We gon' rise. We gon' rise up. Yeah, we gon' rise. We gon' rise. We gon' rise up. Yeah, we gon' rise. We gon' rise. We gon' rise. Let's get it. We gon' rise. I study biblical principles, so I see this all spiritual. Right now we need leaders who practice their preaching, morality tested, acclimated to the pressure, keep composure through the questions, lead the people with direction and guide a message that's drawn from a vision. Apply through a mission is destiny. Can't y'all see that this was meant to be? This is history. We all got a role. Some take to the streets, some take to the polls. Some sharing their wealth, some carry their load. I speak to the beast, we breaking the mold now. We gotta be bold. Courageous energy control. Spread positivity, negativity exposed. Racism exposed. Let's get some new goals. Who got ideas? Let's build with discernment, cause we gotta go. Yeah, we gotta go. The time is right now. Collective activity, already know that. We rise, we rise above the hate, negativity, ignorance, lies. Look in our eyes, we rise. Some people don't get it, but some people do. God got a plan and he gave it to you. Look at the world and look at the news. Look at the gram and look at the youth. Look in the mirror and watch how you move. Anchor your spirit and lose it. I choose to live and be conscious, follow his rules. Biblical principles, this how we do. Yeah, this how we do. We gon' rise up. Yeah, we gon' rise. We gon' rise. We gon' rise up. Yeah, we gon' rise. We gon' rise. We gon' rise up. Yeah, we gon' rise. We gon' rise. We gon' rise. Let's get it. We gon' rise. We gon' rise.
Hi, I'm Assembly Member Shirley Weber, representing the 79th Assembly District in San Diego. And I'm honored to be here with you as you celebrate the 40th annual march, the March for the Dream. You're to be commended, first of all, for your faithfulness, for making sure that every year you are present, that Dr. King's idea of justice and equality and fairness for everyone is lifted up for us all to see, and that you have stayed the course, not only just in the practice of the march, but in the principles that are so very near and dear and important. You know, I know these are critical times, and It makes me sad as I think about what is happening in this nation, what tremendous potential we have, and sometimes how we squander it in the unfortunate and evil elements that still exist. But yet I feel like I remember the things that King did, how he never let the violence around him become him, how he never allowed the divisiveness that was in the nation make him lose his hope and vision for a better tomorrow. And that even in the midst of the storm, he realized that there was a God who was basically the wheel in the middle of the wind, who could continue to move him forward and help him to develop for himself the kind of direction that he needed to go, but also the direction he needed to take us. I'm honored that we're still honoring Dr. King. I'm amazed that we still hold fast to his dream. But I think it also emphasizes just how persistent the hatred is in this country, but more importantly, how determined we are to overcome it. So as you march today with Dr. King's dream, keep in mind that his dream is forever in our hearts and our minds, and that no one, no action, no place, no time can take it out. That we know what is right and what is just. And as he has said, the arc of the moral universe might be long, but it bends towards justice. And that somehow or another, as we sing, we shall overcome, we have overcome many things. And yet the spirit within us will allow us to overcome even greater things. So have a wonderful King weekend. Don't let anyone spoil your joy. Don't let anyone take away the progress that we have made with the negative energy that they have. Let us stay focused. We stand on the shoulders of ancestors who, despite the storms that they found themselves involved in, they realized that they were the master of it, that they were not waiting for the storm to pass, but they were learning how to dance in the storm. Once again, have a wonderful weekend, and God bless you all.
Hello, my name is Derek D.O.A. Allen. I'm a songwriter, producer, musician. I was born right here in my beautiful city of Sacramento, California. First, I want to say thank you to MLK 365 and also my dear friends over at SAC Create for inviting me, involving me, and reaching out to me and allowing me to be a part of such a great moment. To be able to share a few words on our dear brother Martin. Thank you all. I'm very grateful and I'm truly honored. Thank you so much. Martin was a visionary dreamer of a multi-racial democracy. Grand Titan of Love, he was a drum major for justice. He was a child of a prophetic black church who loved his way through the darkness. Martin, we miss you. We will never forget. We love you. Your freely given blood fertilizes the tree of the freedom in which we live. The assassin's bullet ripped your body apart, and that is what sustains us in our struggle. We will never forget. We will always remember. And we shall overcome. Right on.
I'm Mayor Darrell Steinberg. 56 years ago, this March, Dr. King, John Lewis, and many others crossed the Edmund Pettus Bridge and made history. The result was a Voting Rights Act which changed the country. Who could have imagined that 56 years later, the very things that Dr. King and John Lewis fought for are at great risk? Dr. King's message to all of us every year on his birthday, and especially this year, is that the work is never done, that the battle is never over, that the forces of injustice and those who want to take us backwards are always right there. And that every year while we thank Dr. King and celebrate his legacy, we recommit ourselves to the fight, to the nonviolent fight for social justice, for voting rights, for genuine equity. That's why this year we must recommit ourselves to not only preserving the democracy, but preserving the hard-won rights that make us proud to call the United States of America a democracy. Happy birthday, Dr. King. We will never forget you. In your spirit, we will go forward and we will fight for every American.
Quit shooting at me! Quit shooting at me! You see they shooting at us!
Hands up, don't shoot! Tell me what am I to do? Young and black in America, I'm just trying to make it through. Dear God, where the preachers? Where the church when you need them? Ain't no rest for the weary, so now they running to the needle. Can't sleep cause they busting over street names, and the fiends on a binge and that cocaine coming from the mother trying to make my way back. Cops pull me over cause I'm walking while black. Hoodie on cause it's cold in the A. Walking fast cause these boys don't play. PD, boy, they gotta make a quota. Got my life value down to a quarter. I can't blame it all on them. We was busting way before they swore in. Fresh J's and I saw him on him. I gotta have him so I'm going all in. Get the Nina, catch him crossing on net. Put his temple to the barrel of the cat. Put a trigger till he down on his back. And I ain't even caring that he young and he black, huh? Hands up, don't shoot. Tell me what am I to do? Young and black in America, I'm just trying to make it through. Hands up, don't shoot. Tell me what am I to do? Young and black in America, I'm just trying to make it through. So sad. So much drip in my neighborhood, and now they mad. Hang a disappointment like I wish I would. And they say my bad. They say excuse for the murder. I wish it was a herder. And now you rolling off in a gurney. Tell me what it mean when I say I can't breathe, huh? Does it mean my rights are not absentee, huh? Is the color of my skin, not a permission to shoot. If I was your child, please tell me what would you do? Mr. Officer, I feel we killing the youth. Ooh. And I ain't even saying that I know the way. Shoot, I'm just sitting praying for a brighter day. Making sure we ain't reinventing the noose. So I'm doing my part by telling the truth while I'm in this booth. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. Tell me what am I to do? Young and black in America, I'm just trying to make it through. Hands up, don't shoot. Yeah, yeah. Tell me what am I to do? Last one. Young and black in America, I'm just trying to make it through. To serve and protect, but lately it seems like they serving themselves. If the system's corrupt, then who is it now that we call on to help? If the process is stuck, boy, then I'm glad that I fall under grace. And that is enough, cause the law is the one that put me in this place. I yell it, I scream it, it's angels, they got me, they killing my people, but they cannot stop me. No, if I get martyred, I sit with the king that I stood for a cause, and I'm living the dream. They shots ain't enough to silence my passion, we killing each other. The police just helping, I'm down on my knees, my 10X is empty. I pray for my brother, the police and any other official, the prayers and the preacher. Got lessons to learn, I hope somebody teach them. I'm trying to reach you cause the future's like a blank screen. What are you doing? They ain't living past 13. Cops scared as the people, and that fear make us all equal. Ain't no telling when they coming with the slug. So I'm thankful that I'm covered by the blood. Hands up, don't shoot. Tell me what am I to do? Young and black in America, I'm just trying to make it through. Hands up, don't shoot. Tell me what am I to do? Young and black in America, I'm just trying to make it through.
Using my voice for change. Hello, my name is Lisa, and I'm here to share how I'm using my voice for change. First, happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to everyone. Today is a day we celebrate and we honor the great work of Dr. King. Usually, we do that by marching and protesting in the streets against racism, inequality, voter suppression, and other socioeconomic injustices. But with COVID, now we have to do that from our seats. And that's what this virtual event is about. As Vice President of the Board of Directors for Black Women United, which is a nonprofit founded in 2017 solely for the purpose of supporting Black women and their needs. Along with the rest of the board, Black Women United, we use our voice for change by creating action around our mission. We are dedicated to the education, empowerment, and advancement of all Black women. We envision a community where all Black women and girls are equipped to lead, have equity in well-being, education, and economic empowerment. Today, this work requires values like equity, excellence, collaboration, accountability, just to name a few. These values also align to the way Dr. King served in our communities. So as you think about how you want to show up and continue the great work that Dr. King started, remember, action connects people. So be the change you want to see. And as Dr. King once said, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Thank you to everyone at MLK 365, Sam Stark, Eric Hightower, not only for the work that you're doing, this opportunity to share my voice, but the work you will continue. I appreciate having a voice at this year's MLK 365 2022 virtual march. But most important, thank you for all you're doing to honor the legacy of Dr. King by amplifying the voices of change in our community.
Hi, I'm Cloudy. I am Sacramento's Youth Poet Laureate of 2020. I am also an author of Receipts of Ungiven Gifts. It was released in 2019. It's my first poetry collection. I am working on my second one, Mahogany Letters. And a commitment that I will make to keep on building on MLK's dream is to always be loud in any place that I'm in, inside of any environment or any place where I'm collaborating with people, to be loud about uplifting voices of marginalized communities, especially our brown brothers and sisters, and our LGBTQ, making sure everybody is all loved and treated equally. This poem gonna hurt. Like redlining to the education system, like the comfort zone to an artist, like the hood to gangsters, this poem gonna hurt like loyalty, love, and liars. I've been scared of who's gonna hear me. Like if I shout revolution too loud, who gonna try to rip out my throat? See, I don't wanna be too brown in front of the wrong crowd, so I write heartbreak and hurt, but I got a message that's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt like stillborn babies and broken dreams. Like licking frozen spoons. Like my lineage never really loved, just settled. Settling is what they did best, and I'm terrified of stepping on the neck of my dreams just to double what my parents did. Doctor disappointment. See, spitting this is gonna hurt. Like eczema in the winter and 400 years of slavery, this poem gonna dig deep like wells waiting water. And how the world is on fire at its core, I've been burning to break this bondage to barriers. I wanna speak sweet symphonies. 1, I'm falling in love with the fleeting world. 2, this place, this time ain't never gonna love me back the way I love it. 3, am I ever gonna change someone's life? 4, what does it mean when darkness and silence become your best friend? I want to hold him close to my heart. But last time I held him close to my heart, ended up testifying these testimonies of tenacious tales, and I can't keep sitting at the table waiting for the damaged door from to open, so this poem gonna hurt like breathing water and addiction. Like where I come from, if they not shooting up, they shooting you, and I'm sorry my brothers keep taking away what's home to you, but we lost pieces of home too. Like swimming was never a pigmented thing, just a boat in the ocean floor, so this poem gonna hurt like stampedes in The Lion King. Like smoke-smothered lungs and no oxygen mask. Like I'm scared that if I turn on my TV, I'm going to see a headline about a brown boy that can't breathe because he was suffocating in a system where he was never free. Then this white girl got the nerve to bring up the Emancipation Proclamation, girl, and tell me about your version of history. This poem gonna hurt like a history lesson where don't nobody look or sound like you, where your story ain't told. Like boys love boys and girls love girls wasn't beautiful, like an organ decides who we were going to be, and that's why this poem gonna hurt. Because this is where we tell our story. This is where we claim ourselves. Know that white man ain't discover anything, just came up with the system. Y'all let them put crack in your backyard. This is the reason we had the Panthers Garden in the hood. Ain't no gardens around here unless they bring up product. Home-cooked meals take the back burner for some fake product. This poem gonna hurt like kids who had ghosts for parents and called a haunted house a home. Like kids who knew dead kids. Everybody got demons, but too cool to call it depression. Boy, what you looking at is cold out here. Keep making noise, you don't make it to Christmas this year. This poem gonna hurt like blades to wrists. Like cold cuts ain't a thing around here. Cover up, kid. Nobody cares about your label, even if you carve it all over your body. Everybody wants to make moves, but nobody's moving. We got kids in cages. When they get out, gonna be working for minimum wages, and it's crazy. Only way to make it out the ghetto is becoming a pastime. Look at what I can do for you. Spit pretty words, sing a song, catch a beat, throw a ball, run the field. Let me put on a show for you. Am I worthy of your attention now? No falsettos or fantasies, no fictitious hope or surrealism. This is a manifesto. This poem gonna hurt like she gonna hurt, and he gonna hurt, and they gonna hurt, and we gonna hurt. This poem is powerful. This poem is resistance. This poem is truth. So this poem gonna hurt like it's me. And it is. But we were beautiful all along. Thank you.
Hi everyone. My name is Alex, and today I'm performing a poem called August Prayer about diversity in education. This poem is dedicated to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was a champion of equity and inclusion both inside and outside of the classroom. It is here I receive all news, old news of the world, not my own world, but with a passable scent, from an old man with passable pity. He tells me about unit title, lesson number, and I swallow. Until he mentions Vietnam, the war, that is when I really start to pay attention. If I can't be heroine, call me ornament immigrant. Oh, the boats and the people on those boats, so brave, so different from the refugees now. We owed them. I moisten my tongue. at the sound of almost home, as the name Yung Thu Hung loses its river on the teacher's tongue and no one asks why my face is wet. And remembering my one sad desk in the desolation of that classroom, I write a prayer for the children who fill it next. Let the children speak their names as their mothers do. Let the chorus sing it back, or try and try. Let the stories have no accent, and some sounds stay untranslated. Let the children fill the space with memory. Yes, the coriander. Yes, the silk. Yes, the stomp, the duplex, the honey, the beads. Yes, the asphalt, the drum, the sneakers, the curls. Yes, the incense. Yes, the white bread. Yes, the chain link, the copper, the stars, the ballads, the cable buzz, the river. Yes, the multiple, the many. Yes, the love. Yes, the love. Let the memory be told by the hearts they tumored. Let the children know the name of their melancholy. Let them shape the vowels into hope and draw from ancestral hymn. Let honor make no hostages of them. Let their bloodlines become primary text, and let what they've seen become their language. Thank you.
Hi, this is Sandy Holman, Director of the Culture Co-op and United in Unity, also known as the Purple Lady. I will miss seeing you in person as we honor Martin Luther King, as we have done for years with the incredible Sam and Char Starks taking the lead. But I want to say this to you on this day. First of all, I wear this hat in your honor. This is my hat to remind me that we all have the power to make tremendous change. I know that we have been experiencing so much: the pandemic, climatic disasters, social unrest due to injustice, and so many other things. It's quite overwhelming, but I want you to never forget what I'm about to say. Each of us has been blessed with a unique gift that we're supposed to use to make a difference. I don't care what's happening. You have the power to make a difference and to change things. These times call for change also. As you know, we're at a tipping point in so many places, and the next few years are especially important for you to step in to all of the power that you have inside, with hope, with love, with determination, with resilience, to do your part. This is an all hands on board call to our humanity. I want you to know, as someone who's gone through tremendous adversity, tremendous challenges, things that have taken me to the edge of wondering if I were going to be here in a week or so, that you can overcome. And that's not a cliche, overturn. I have the faith that each of you can dig deep and see the beauty that you are, and that each of our points of light can combine together like a supernova, exploding into power for change and make the difference that we need to make. I know you're capable of it. I know you're powerful. I know you're brilliant. And I know that you care. I hope you understand that each of us has been endowed with things that are like beautiful magic, or some people call it Holy Spirit power, or some people call it tenacity. But we are endowed with an energy that when we combine with others in the tradition of MLK365.org, and I encourage you to visit their website, where we walk hand in hand, we can't help but make a difference. And I encourage you to do so. Use that power to make a difference. My organization, the Culture Co-op, is working alongside each and every one of you. I encourage you to visit our website at www.culture-op.com. You can go to that website and find out how you can get involved in the efforts that we are doing to make sure individuals, communities, organizations, businesses, and anyone interested in equity and justice and the ability for all people to survive and thrive can make a difference. So I challenge you on this day with Purple Love to get out there and do your part. In January 2022, we can make this the year where we start to turn the tide. And it's going to take tremendous work, beloved. But I believe that each and every one of us can do it. I want to thank Sam and Shar Starks and all the incredible people that they've worked with over the years and are still working with to make a difference so that we honor Martin Luther King in a real way, not just in a symbolic way. He would have challenged each and every one of us, along with our ancestor Desmond Tutu and many others who have recently transitioned to the other side, to take a stand and never, ever give up. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed year. Take care and keep the faith.
This is the cost of darkness. Our beauty is in our blackness. This is the cost of darkness. Cass has me on the bottom and you on the top. The impacts of slavery have never stopped. And they think that this gon' work for us, but it's not. There's a lot of things missing from what we was taught. Institutions designed for the white and the rich. They handing out crumbs and they think that they slick. Can't keep working like this, thinking things gon' get fixed. We must change our approach and avoid all they tricks. Let's go. Let's understand the foundations of hate. We gotta do it. And equity is something they create. Injustice, they put that on my people's plate. But freedom's the only thing that we ain't ate. If complacency and white supremacy reign, we will endure generational pain. Decades and decades and we still the same. No more asking, we now will be coming to change. This is the cost of darkness, fueled by a dominant land. This is the cost of darkness. If we don't fight, then nobody wins. This is the cost of darkness. We must demand our right to exist. Our beauty is in our blackness. Until things change, we'll always resist. Rise up and do what you need to do. We need honesty, people to speak the truth. We go chart a new course for me and you. Overhauling community systems too. This country was built off enslavement. We need reparations, where's our pavement? We need culture, foundation, and patience. Lots of healing in hearts like the Haitians. White supremacy's global, look at its reach. This the narrative that all the schools teach. They suppressing our people's true history. Always trying to make it look like we the beast. We must free our minds from their reality. This type of change creates equity. We cannot let them take our integrity. This is for our elders and our legacy.
Tell me, Mr. Lewis, what the people gonna do?
Rise up and get involved, fight for justice and the truth.
Tell me, Mr. Lewis, what the elders gonna say?
Abba and the ancestors will lead the way.
Tell me, Mr. Lewis, how the people persevere.
Take care of our bodies, never give in to the fears.
Tell me, Mr. Lewis, will we ever be free?
That depends on changing things in solidarity. This is the cost of darkness, fueled by a dominant land. This is the cost of darkness. If we don't fight, then nobody wins. This is the cost of darkness. We must demand our right to exist. Our beauty is in our blackness. Until things change, we'll always resist. Resist, 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 resist.
Hello, this is Elk Grove Mayor Bobby Singh Allen. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. How I wish we could all come together and march in solidarity like we have in years past. But once again, the pandemic is keeping us apart. So let's use this opportunity virtually to come together and talk about the legacy and life of Dr. Martin Luther King. This year's theme is called Using the Power of Your Voice. What does that actually mean? Well, I'm reminded of the time when I was a school board trustee and a group of students came together because they were tired of walking through neighborhoods to get to school, passing needles, garbage, knives, and so many other dangerous elements. They deserved the right to get to school safely, and they needed busing. So they came to the school board and lobbied for more bus routes to get to school. And guess what? We listened. That's what using the power of your voice looks like. Each year, the legislature introduces thousands of new bills in hopes of them becoming law. That is a great opportunity for all of us to use the power of our voice to impact change. We do that by being involved in the legislative process, by either supporting legislation or opposing legislation that goes against our values, that goes against things that we care about most. We have an opportunity as individual citizens to use our voice to impact change. I used my voice when I became the mayor of Elk Grove. That journey did not happen alone. I started off years ago using my voice in my early youth in high school, and that followed me through my college career in high school and college and beyond, because I use the power of my voice. We do that every time we go to the ballot box, when we go and show up to vote. Because not voting and staying at home means we are surrendering our voice to somebody else, and that's not acceptable. So make sure that we show up to the ballot box and we vote, and we vote. You know, my journey began when I lived in India. I was born in India, and I moved to this great country when I was 4 years old. So an immigrant from India at the age of 4 is now sitting here as the mayor of Elk Grove. And I did that by using my voice, by being involved, by staying engaged, and speaking up and speaking out every chance that I got along the way. These are some of the lessons that we all can learn from Dr. Martin Luther King. One of my favorite quotes, and there are so many to pick, but one of them is, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." We must never be silent on things that matter. Let's use our voice for positive change, and let's come together and celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. King. That dream continues with all of you. It continues with me. Thank you, everyone, and God bless you. Please be safe and healthy.
Hey everyone, happy MLK Day. My name is Ariel Deem, and I'm a musician, singer-songwriter, and music educator living in Sacramento, California. I'm committed to continuing Martin Luther King Jr.'s vision and message by being kind to myself and those around me on a daily basis. This next song I wrote is called Be the Change, and I recorded it with a handful of my junior high school students a week before our school closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic last March. I hope the message resonates with you, and I thank you for listening.
Said if I want to change the world, if I want to change the world, I gotta be the change first. I gotta be the change first. Said if I want to change the world, if I want to change the world, gotta be the change, gotta be the change, gotta be the change, gotta be the change. See, when I'm hating on another, sending hate not to myself, the negative energy turns right back around on me. Rather spend my time wishing you well. My mind's a money tree and positivity is its wealth. My body is a temple and my heart a living prayer. My soul roots in empathy, my limbs branch out with care for communities near and far. I hope your dreams are sweet. I don't know who you are, but I hope someday we'll meet. And if I want to change the world, gotta be the change first. I gotta be the change first. Said if I wanna change the world, if I wanna change the world, gotta be the change, gotta be the change. Gotta be the change, gotta be the change. And I believe the grass can be greener everywhere we reside, and no life has to suffer for the quality of mine. Assumptions and conclusions that suggest otherwise are calculated by society for our demise. See, everything we need is everything this earth provides. Prophets want to stop us so that they can survive, but the secret to life is love. The secret to life is love. And if I want to change the world, if I want to change the world, I gotta be the change first. I gotta be the change first. Said if we want to change the world, if we want to change the world, gotta be the change, gotta be the change. Gotta be the change, gotta be the change. 'Cause black lives matter, brown lives matter, LGBTQ and families coming through Mexico matter, and equitable rights matter, and equitable pay matters, and my choice matters, her voice matters, their vote matters, justice for this land, safe schools and climate change. See, prisons and healthcare shouldn't be for profitable gain. If you ever feel alone, don't be afraid to share your pain. Said if you ever feel alone, don't be afraid to share your pain. Said if you ever feel alone, don't be afraid to share your pain, 'cause you matter. It's time to stand and demand a new chapter. Let's write it with compassion and affirmative action. It's about response versus reaction in every interaction, for one planet and one love, one planet, one love. Said if I want to change the world, if I want to change the world, I gotta be the change first. I gotta be the change first. And if we want to change the world, if we want to change the world, we gotta be the change, gotta be the change. Gotta be the change, gotta be the change. Oh, we gotta be the change, gotta be the change. Gotta be the change, gotta be the change. Oh, we gotta be the change, gotta be the change. Gotta be the change, gotta be the change.
Hi, and happy MLK Day to Sacramento, California, my hometown. This is Adrienne Anderson. You may know me from Trinity 5-7, Grammy-nominated and Dove Award-winning Christian group. Also, I serve on the board of Alexandria House, which rescues homeless families in Los Angeles, California. I just want to say that we can lift our voice for light, for opportunity, to make change in our community, in our society, to make change for a better world. That's amazing. That's doable. And we can each do our part. Lift our voice.
Man, what a program. This is fantastic. So many people speaking in the name of Dr. Martin Luther King and how they can apply his message to 2022. Thank you so much for viewing this. And hey, we can't do this without any help, without our partners. Big up to all of our sponsors right here on the screen. And we have one more person we want to present. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the co-founder of MLK 365, Mr. Sam Starks. Take it away, Sam.
Thank you, Al. Hi, everybody. I wish you could be here with me. I am at the main march, the start of what would be our 42nd March for the Dream. My name is Sam Starks, as Al said, the executive director of MLK 365. This would be the time, hustle and bustle, lots of people from different backgrounds and cultures, cars, motorcycles, music going on. We would have people coming from the extra mile over the hill, coming down into City College, which would signal the start of the march. And if you signal right behind you, if you look right behind you, you would see that this parking lot here, which is quiet, would be full of people. So we're wishing that you could be here with us in our 42nd year. We always tell people, walk with me. Walk with me is this most important concept that we like to encourage people from different backgrounds and cultures to reach out to someone. from a different background, race, religion, and invite them to have that walk with them. You don't have to do it one day, you can do it 365 days a year. We choose to honor King on this day, and we look forward to you coming and being a part of it. Talk to you soon.
I see separation where I like to see some unity. Is this what we want here in our life? There are some afraid of change. Yes, we remain the same. I see through the fear and vision. There is not power but we learn. Tell me, are you looking for you? Pretend you cannot see. Is the vision cloudy in your eyes? Out of work and homeless when we all should see prosperity. Is this what we want here in our life? What will it take? Change when no one will take the blame. I grow tired of tears. I dry my eyes. Just get just like me learn. Are you looking for you? Pretend you cannot see. Is the vision cloudy in your Some try to disguise. Let me know I've got you on my side.
In Dr. King's historic letter from a Birmingham jail, he wrote that freedom is not voluntarily given by the oppressor, but it must be demanded by the oppressed. It's important that we take this time to remember and reflect on the teachings of Dr. King, and remember that when we fight for our freedom, it doesn't just benefit us as a community, but it benefits this nation as a whole. Happy birthday, Dr. King.
My name is Eric, and I'm with Sacramento Create, SAC Create, and I am super excited to be a part of this 2022 MLK Virtual March. I want to thank MLK 365 for inviting us to be part of this amazing event. Martin Luther King. MLK, he had a dream, and that dream was about unity over division. Martin Luther King believed in the possible over the impossible. And he understood that there were power in our words and in our actions. Our words, he understood that our words can be used to build, but at the same time they can be used to destroy. But most importantly, they can be used to enact change. Our actions can enact change. Whether you are volunteering or whether you're voting in the midterm election, Whether you are marching or just saying a kind word to somebody, you can use your voice for change. So as a Sacramento creative, I pledge and I challenge you to use your voice for change. Thank you.
Change. Your voice is necessary for change. The things that you bring to the community inspire change. But those things that are inside of you have to be released. They have to be given out to the world to inspire that change. So with those things that you have inside of you, understand that you have the seeds that grow the tree, that bear the fruit, that can nourish nations for generations. What you have inside of you will literally keep somebody alive to the next day, because people are dying for lack of inspiration that only you can provide. That thing that's inside of you, that thing that you're holding on to, released out into the world can help somebody make it. It can change lives, it can change the world. What you have is not small and it should not be buried, but only planted and grown. So there won't be any more graves. With the things that you have inside of you, we're not gonna bury it anymore. We're gonna incite change to happen. Death does not become me. It don't rest easy on me. It was never meant for me, and it's not my destiny. I'm always overcoming, so there will be no graves, no graves, no. Oh, there will be no graves, no graves for me, for me. Death does not become me. It don't rest easy on me. It was never meant for me. It's not my destiny. I'm overcoming, so there will be no graves. No, 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 no. Oh, there will be no graves. No, no, no. No. Grind, no graves, nothing but gains, no graves. Oh, I will live and not die, no graves, no, no graves, no, no graves. No,
Listen to your mind, deeper under the BS and deeper than deepest rhyme. Deeper under the surface, trying really won't suffice. Put a little effort in it, maybe then you will find what you was looking for. I got a friend, he got a bag of what you was looking for. You can see inside of his hand, it's what you was looking for. For your mental and your design is what you was looking for. You were really looking for time, cause time is of the essence. Essence to the nature, nature to the soul, soul to the spirit, spirit to the prayers, prayers to the answers, and answer to our prayers. Look, we were looking way outside ourselves, yeah. I guess it makes sense, I'm human, I'm right and someone's wrong, yeah. We were looking way outside ourselves, yes. To the moon, to the stars, to the sun, to the dark, it's a silly thing. It was right there all along, all the answers and all the curse of the contrast, separation, the medicine, treatment and pills for discrimination, the remedies for hatred and devastation. Now keep yourself from looking at that robot in the mirror. I put this to you right now, right here and inside this moment. Recognize this within us, the birthplace of early errors. Owning your own wrongdoings, the first step. I know you know this and I know you know this to be true. Truth is that we've been playing the same game. The blame game is the same thing. We put our hearts at the expense. We are the root of all our evil. Tell me how that don't make sense. Now has one understand the world? You don't understand yourself. How does one love the world when you have yet to love yourself? Now I'ma put this one right here, hope it gets deep inside your head. How does one see the world when you can't recognize yourself? Now can I get a peace of mind? Oh, can I get a peace of mind? Say, can I get a peace of mind? Yeah. Oh, can I get a peace of mind? Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey. Oh, can I get a piece of mind? Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, can I get a piece of mind? Look, say, can I get a piece of mind? Hey. So you and me, always and forever like it's supposed to be. So you and me,
What is freedom? Is it chaos? Is it I can do anything I want to do? I don't think so. If it infringes on our neighbor's freedom, and it diminishes our character. Donny Hathaway left us with something to think about. Freedom. But it doesn't have to be freedom from something, but free to something. Free to care, free to love, free to grow, free to change. So let's all keep hoping for that day we'll all be free.
For the most expensive lessons you'll ever learn won't they heal in time, but it leaves so many scars behind. It's just time's way of showing you what's in the past you can't undo. But don't think for a second that time is gracious, because it takes from us second by second, and it don't stop for a second. Don't even second guess it. It strips our youth, our beauty, and our wildness. We're left to hold on to faded memories and deep regrets. With pains in our chests, trying to figure out what's next, trying to make sense of what's left. But I heard them say they heal in time. Oh yes, but it leaves so many scars behind. And it's just time. What's in the past, you can't undo. Without you, no matter what you do, time it leaves, yeah, it does not stay. Time it flies and it knows we gain. It can't be bought, but it will make you pay. Time